Alright. Yeah, good day, good morning, guys. This is me again. I am back because I forgot to unbox the Air 5 Pro Plus yesterday. I had so much fun doing the EPZ P50, um, the YU9 QA, and last one, and the RS5 Mark II, whatever. But yeah. So yeah, I think that's only it's just a very short one today. It's really just to do that. Because SoundPeats wanted me to do a review during the release date, which it's probably a little bit impossible in my end because I have regular work and I can't. No, I need time to do that. I mean, what I mean time is it's just, like my first impressions, and it will change. I'm pretty sure it will change. Wait, I think you can't hear me. Let me just check my test. All right. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna graph and listen to this one here. This is interesting. It does have xMEMS driver. It got the VGP award. What are the other specs in here? Let me just double check here. So Bluetooth 5.4, playtime. Do you guys really care about like these battery? I mean, yeah, probably, but I think the earphone or Bluetooth earbuds it's also very congested, that probably people don't care about battery time anymore, and maybe they just focus on like sound quality and functions. But it does say 30 hours playtime. It has a 10mm dynamic driver unit with xMEMS micro speaker. So it has an amplifier chip. So what I know about xMEMS is like it does need it needs an amplifier. It's like ESDs, but just jacked up ESDs, because it probably needs more. It needs more than that. It does say 30 hours of playtime, hybrid active noise canceling. So yeah, let us just unbox this here. All right, let's move my coffee aside. Let's not take this long. Yeah. So this won't be a very pleasing unboxing. Hopefully it will be, but this is the box in here. Side, yep, goes to the side, and let me move my mic. All right, you open. Okay, that's nice. Very presentable. Like I had one before from them, but I think the Air Pro Plus, I don't remember it to be this presentable. It's just probably it was a smaller box. And in this one here, they're probably just paper stuff and manuals. So you get cable, of course, user guide, ear tips, I believe. Yep, ear tips. And Pete's audio. So I think, yep, I'm gonna download that app later on. You've got, are these stickers? Like panda stickers? Is this their character? Could be. And then the user guide. Ooh, okay, in Chinese, English, and that's all. these are big. Like, these are big companies, you know? Like, but I don't know if they really have their own factory. I know they're big, but I'm not sure if they have their own factory with their products. I may not need the cable because we have a lot of USB-Cs, you know. So it's the case in here, and that's it. That's it, man. Like, nothing really to talk about the unboxing other than maybe it has some better features. So I think it's very similar to the Air5 Pro. I actually reviewed that. It is very, very similar. Like, even the looks of it, it's very, very similar. It's just gold with gold accent or something. It has some gold accents to it. So yeah, I need to take this blue out. What is this? Remove me. Yeah, I am going to remove you. So there's something blue in there. Alright. Remove me. Yes. Alright. Got them out. So pretty pocketable. I think these are very, should I say pocketable? Yeah, these are pocketable. Very small. Like, it fits at the, you know, just this size. But my hands are small because I'm Asian, so. And with a little indicator here, light indicator that turns green. Fit is, yeah, again, it's like an earbud fit. Actually, it fits very good. So let me just connect this to my device in here. Bluetooth. Let's see. Oop. Nope. These are saved. How do I connect new ones? There we go. Pairing new device. Bear with me, guys. I'm excited to try this because it's probably the first xMEMS. It's the first IM or whatever with xMEMS that I will try or will be trying. Connect. So it says connect. So it's automatically in aptX. Connected in aptX. I think it has LDAC too. But I think I have to configure that on their app. But for now, let us try this out. Test this sound. Go to my test and Unwell by Matchbox 20. Wow. This is interesting. It is bright. The treble is the treble is definitely bright. I can tell that the treble is jacked up in these. A lot of details though, but and I can tell that the volume, it's a little bit harder to drive. Dude, these are like... Okay, so when I first heard it, it's like these jacked up treble presentation. It reminded me of planars. Does it support lossless? Should be. It has LDAC though. It supports LDAC. But now it's aptX, but I'll configure that later. It does have LDAC, yeah. So high-res audio wireless. So and it LDAC, yeah, and aptX. So it does support that, but these are bright. I mean, I like how the bass hits. Like there's some mid bass in there, really good. But just the cymbals were a little bit off in timbre. Let's try another one. These are so bright, man. I like the bass. I really like how they hit, but man. Dude, like, okay, Playing God by Polyphia. Oh. Yeah, so far, like, if it's... They have this sharp timbre to them, like... So this is what I kind of, like, expected that it would have this kind of details. So, again, where do I start? It is detailed, okay? No doubt about it. It is too detailed, if you know what I mean. And I think I've talked about this, like, every driver, they have... It's all about physics, and they have inherent flexibility, or whatever you call that. So, like, for example, planars, they don't really go up and down, they go sideways. And so it's just natural that when they hit a certain frequency, they kind of like, they're just, you know, and DDs don't do that. Like they don't. It's just the physics of it. So planars just move faster when they reach a certain frequency, especially past 10,000 kilohertz. You know. Because that's just the physics of it, compared to a DD, wherein reaching a certain limit, it kind of like, it breaks down and it just breaks, it distorts, you know. And anyhow, it shows on the frequency graph. So at first, planars were a little bit hard to tame, because that's just their nature. They produce a lot of energy past 10 kilohertz, right? But at that time too, people were thinking that it's like the air, and you know, it gives off that very detailed presentation, but it's also all about frequency graphs, you know, because it just shows that past 10K, it has a lot of energy there, but it's inherent to the driver, okay? With xMEMS or MEMS, I think it's a similar story. But look at now, okay, going back to the planar thing. So look at now. So at first, planars were like very bright, like the S12s and timeless, you know, they have a lot of energy, that Yoko, a lot of energy past 10K. But look at now, like you rarely see planars having those air, because people complained, you know, this is unnatural. And right now, good sounding planars graph differently. They have a much tamer treble, which makes them sound more like DD. So which defeats its purpose, right? I mean, not really defeats its purpose, but right now, I mean, I've reviewed the RTT10 Pro and I thought it was like a DD. The SO8 sounded like a DD because it's all about frequency graph. If you cut those energy past 10K, it's just gonna sound normal. But however, dynamic drivers are not able to do that. Dynamic drivers, it's hard for dynamic drivers to have boosted air region, and that's why with DDs, if you want DDs to be detailed, they usually pair it with BAs, and they have a hybrid configuration because it's just hard for the DD to handle everything in the frequency. However, a planar can do that, like from bass, especially with the bass. I like how planar handle bass to the mids. It doesn't even need support from, like, doesn't need anything. I mean, probably the first planar DD I've tried is the EG280. I'm not sure if it's a microplanar, but they say it's planar and DD, right? So planars don't usually need anything. Like, why would you pair a planar with a BA if the planar can do just fine in the upper treble? Yeah. But but the thing is, microplanars, no, there's still selling point with planars though. But it's just that they're already limited to the tuning. Like, probably the last tuning you'd ever have is like the S12 Ultra tuning or the Diablo Divine, those stuff. It's like they're just tuning planars to, you know, like just to sound the same, just like DDs. Like, what's there to tune, you know? Unless there is a breakthrough with planars, because, like, I don't know what like they changed the chamber, or I don't know, but there could be in the future. It's different with DDs though, because a lot of companies experiment with membranes, and I don't know, like the physics of it. One of my favorite brands is Acoustune. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. Like, they have very, I don't know, like they're graph weird. They have peaks, but I just like the sound they produce. But microplanars, yeah, it is definitely the future. Not really the future, but microplanars also cannot handle bass. I mean, like, it's just an addition. It's on top of something. It has to have, like, I don't know, like a DD. Like a planar and a microplanar wouldn't make sense, right? Probably not. A hybrid of planar and microplanar, that's just funny. It's like a father collabing with the son. Nah. So with this one here, the xMEMS, I feel like, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm gonna bet my career it has boosted 10K region. Like, it's just it and it feels like that. It really feels like those planar, when planar first came out, it does feel like that. But there is it's quicker. It's because the planar, it's a little bit different. Planars can be sharp, but the xMEMS, let me just listen to it again. Could be wrong. Okay, let's try to get lucky here. And the thing about the xMEMS, I mean, like, yeah, this is DD, and the DD on this one here is really, really good though. I wish I could try this with my drums, but I need to find a Bluetooth interface so I could connect it, because I just use wired when practicing. DD is very well. I think there is a tuck in this one here. I'm pretty sure there is a tuck. It's not sharp. It's just that it's sizzly. I don't have the Duonic. Is it a DD microplanar? Oh, the Duonic. I don't know, man. Like Hazy stopped sending me sets. Dude, I was a KZ shill. Like when I first reviewing and KZ was sending us sets and Paul, like we had KZ's Discord used to be very active. I'm not sure if you were there, but KZ Discord used to be very active. So Paul Wasabi was there and um we were all aware about like the KZ stuff. I mean, um I know like they but I can't I'm not I can't the thing about the thing about what we like about KZ is I'm pretty sure they have the capability and they have the tuners to tune earphones right. They can do it. It's just that it is a company, you know, and if you know how they work, especially Chinese companies, they have timed release. Of course, they have to survive, right? And they'll never gonna make a perfect IM. They're gonna, you know, like this one here, it's probably a little bit too bright, and this one here probably a little bit too bassy. They're always that, but probably the closest thing that, or like probably the best KZ I've tried is probably their Zenith. That one is very perfect. Like for a single DD, that is very good. It's in my S ranker still. It's probably, yeah, because it was their flagship, right? Yeah, their flagship. They don't limit their flagship. Yep. They tune them very good with their flagships. Yeah, but with their budget, they kind of like, nah, we're not gonna make it this good. We're gonna put some, I don't know, because they can. They really can. And so at that time when they were like graphing was still a thing, we noticed that their so we helped them, not really help them, but we kind of like make them think that the way they graph is wrong because I think their source had a very high impedance. And we discovered that with the AS16 Pro. So we were telling Tivan like, hey, like what sources are you using to graph these? Like these are different from our measuring device. And like, nah, your measuring device are trash, blah blah blah. Like we told them like, really, try to make your impedance low because it sounds like you're misleading people with your graphs, and here we are measuring and then it's different. And it turned out that, yeah, their source when they measure it does have a high impedance, and they were just the measurements were just different because different impedance loads a driver differently in crossovers, right? And so it turned not really turned out, it would sound like they were lying with their graphs, but people with like us, like we use sources like dongles with already very low impedance, and so our graphs would be different, and so they started changing it. And so yeah, it was good fun when KZ Discord was still active, and I know what happened. Yeah. So moving back to this MEMS here, let me just try the Worst by Polyphia. I like the A16 Pro, man. Yeah. I still have it. Yeah. It's just big. It's just bulky. That's and I don't know if all the drivers really work, but it had good channel balance. This is now with this MEMS thing, this is very open sounding. I'm not I like the A16 Pro, really. It graphs weird, but it sounds correct. Man, these like you know what? I'm gonna like if I am a beginner audiophile and so when I started listening, not listening, when I started 4 years ago, this kind of sound would have been in like a top of the line. Like a lot of people, the thing about top of the line is TOTLs, they're always relative. So it's not really always about it's not always about let me just start to graph this. It's not always about how much they spend or like are the materials really expensive. It's also about like the overall like which factory they used or are they tuning it themselves. So of course if it involves like boutique brands like Elysian, you know, he was doing it himself and everything, so that would be of course more expensive because human labor, you know. um it's just the way it is, you know. And a lot of companies just also try to jack up prices. And that's why with companies with a factory like Duno, KZ, Moondrop, they have the leverage of having good technology and pricing them up a little cheaper. They could actually go down in price because they have the capacity to, because they already have a factory, right? They can put prices down, but that would be really, but the thing about Chinese is they're also aware of the market. They don't really, that's the thing with the Chinese. It's just their culture. They don't like, if they know this is the market for this kind of configuration, they have that it's not even respect, it's just that common sense that not to go down, because that's just, you know, it's just like leveling out. It's just their, that's just the way they work. I mean, I know that because in the Philippines there's many Chinese businessmen and they never, like, they could but they just don't, because it's like, why would I do that, you know? Like, so like for example Dunu with their tribrid configuration, they could price that like 150, but they just don't do it. They kind of like level it out with other companies, you know. And so and because of that, because they spend less in producing the product because they have a factory, and so they kind of like sell it in like the market price, so they actually have more profit, and that's why it just makes them, you know, bigger. I don't know, like probably like more money to dispose with research and something. So I'm gonna graph this. Yeah, Elysian is my favorite, but I yet to own a set. Pilgrim, man, like the thing So when I first tried, so I already I already released my review on the 142, right? Um, so it's really up to you. Uh if you want like closer to neutral, maybe the 242 is the one to get. They're good. But I feel like the 142 just has the better value because it's $100 less. It is a more fun sound. I also think that the bass is better, but the treble can be a hit and miss. Really. When I first did my impressions with the 142, I said like these are bright, and they were bright for the first couple of days until I changed the ear tips and um the source, which is funny. All right. So let me know if you can't hear me, because I'm plugging different stuff in here, and um but I'm gonna switch to this one here. Oh, is it? Why is it this one? Oh, there we go. I'm gonna go to Rue. Have you heard the 142 and 242? 242 is also nice, actually. Sets are getting better, dude. Like sets are getting better. Oh, okay, wait. So I need to connect these. But wait, I have to disconnect my Bluetooth and pair. There we go. So it's connected now. But I would have to remove enhancements because this can screw up measuring, actually. Yeah. And in my preferences, I can do there. Oh, okay. Headphones. Okay, I can do headphones. And all right. So yeah, impedance adapter too. It changes the tuning. Yep. It makes the treble smoother with impedance. So oh man, that's too low. Where's the volume? Am I gonna wait, what's my source in here? Really? Like why it? There we go. That's too loud. They are. They are, because like the graph is, I'm gonna show that later, but I feel like the driver, not really the driver, it's the Apple 5 plus 2 still has that unnatural timbre. Still has that, unfortunately. Really? Should I? Okay, I'm just gonna start this. Let's see. It's not doing anything, man. Like, what the hell? What's wrong with this? Oh, man. Oh, I need to reset this. Sorry about that. This is measuring Bluetooth in RAW is just, it's different, man. It's there it is. Okay, that's very low in sound. Okay, there it is. That's probably okay. I'll just do full. Yeah, I told you it has a tuck, right? So the bass is very, very... Oh man, look at that, dude. I told you about that peak. No, this is too... I'm gonna adjust it. I'm gonna try to hit the 8K. Just so that we are uniform. Ooh, that is spicy, man. So this one should be okay. Graph and smoothing. It looks good, like, but just that peak, dude. Why? That's why I said the bass sounded really good, but I don't know if I don't know what to I don't know what to say about that peak. It's just a lot. Oh, almost hit it. And yeah, I mean that the 2 for 2 sounds good, but I feel like it should have been priced a little lesser. Just a little lesser, because 350, right? And a lot of so at least in my price range, the 250 to 499 category, like if you're gonna spend that much, just go to, like, I don't know, Rockies or YU9 Chue. Good channel matching. Do I have good channel matching here? Not bad, yeah. Export as text. It's not trial, but do I have SoundPeats here? I'm pretty sure I have SoundPeats. Yeah. SoundPeats Air5 Pro plus R. What? What? All right, and where is my... Oh, not this one. Graph. Phone book. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, that Cule is illustrated. I don't know how you get them though. Like, aren't they sold on AliExpress or somewhere? A B C D E F G H I J. Sorry guys, I'm singing because there we go. Air5 Pro Plus. Is this the correct name that I gave? I have to be very careful with the naming here because... Huh, okay. So... That's interesting. Do I have Air Pro Plus? Oh yeah, okay, I have it. And save this one here. And then go to FileZilla. Manager connect. Probably not. All right. Why is it in the middle? That's... my audio, dude, I also don't like... I mean, they're not... My audio, they're not sending me stuff. I think they're very picky with who to review. I mean, Hi-Fi Go... I think Hi-Fi Go now, they're more focused on sending units to reviewers that have more reach. I mean, if I were the vendor, I would do the same. Like, I'm just like, I'm nothing in the review space, just 2,000 subscribers. There are reviewers out there who have more reach, so that's just the way it is. All right. So, yeah, I've never had the Slevos actually. I've had one loan. I've tried loaning, and it was from Danny, or was it? I forgot, but yeah. There you go, man. Like, yeah. So it really is a plus, right? Like plus peaks. I don't... What do you guys think? Plus peaks in there, yeah. It's got switches? Really? That's interesting. I mean, when I first tried them, they were really good. I felt like they were using good drivers. No, wait. Like, I ranked S on the Slevo, what was that? Like, Wait for a while. Let me just go to sound for a while. I'm gonna remove the SoundPeats. How do I do that? No. Yeah, I want to forget this because I don't want, like, every time I use this it gets paired, so I don't want that. There it is. So I think it's Bluetooth, right? Sorry guys, I just had to do this for a while. Alright, we're done. Where were we? It's got switches. The Sleevo 41 Pro. Has someone reviewed it already? Probably not. Yeah, probably not yet. Maybe... Oh, hi there, Ren. Hey, you haven't told me, you haven't shared about your new Volume S. Have you got your new Volume S? Because I think I told you that it's a very good upgrade from Kima 2, so I still think it's good though. Oh, you've ordered the Pro? How much is it? How much is the Pro? Oh, you got the Studio Force, dude. Yeah, Studio Force. The good thing about I know that like the all BAs and stuff, they don't have vents because it's BA, right? So sound is gonna leak. And so there's gonna be pressure, like there's a buildup of pressure. But if you play on stage, it's actually better to have all BAs because of that same purpose. What I mean by that is, the drummer is probably one of, if you play on stage, you're gonna move your head a lot. You know, like, if you're a guitarist, like, you can just, you know, stand there and not do anything. But yeah, if you're a drummer, you're just gonna move your head a lot. And that, pressure would really help. That pressure seal would really help a lot. And that's what I like about the Studio Force too, because like when I play drums, practice, it just doesn't break its seal. It just stays there. So what, 30,000 yen? Is that yen? Are you in Japan? Music for life? Oh, really? 30,000 yen? How much is that? Wow, man, I miss Japan, dude. Are you in Osaka? Which part in Japan are you? Because if you're in Osaka, just, go out with Timmy. Timmy and I used to go out a lot. Yeah. 今何時? Maybe right now it's, I don't know, it's nighttime. I miss Japan, dude. Like, earphones was like, whew. It was like my second home. Osaka was it was very compact, and I just drove bicycles every weekend. And so from my house to earphones, it takes me about like 25 to 30 minutes drive. やっぱりへえ。あ、茨城か。あっちが north でしょ? I think it's north. Is it? 茨城市. I think it's north. It's almost Kobe, I think. I don't know. Like, or that. But yeah, I know it's like cross the river, I think. So earphones is a little bit far for you, but you do have Umeda. Yeah, Umeda's probably closer. There's big camera in there. There's, like, you can audition stuff, but the good selections are in earphones though. They used to have earphones in Umeda, right? There are two branches, and one is in Nihonbashi and one is in Umeda. But yeah, they closed. They closed in Umeda. So oh, yeah. Okay. I know it is the okay for Ren. I know the pressure blade is annoying. I know, dude. Like, even with the bass, can you imagine that bass? Like, it doesn't even feel like it's not a lot, but it's really like. And I could mix doing that. I mean, I could mix. And the thing about the Studio 4 is it doesn't really have that. What do I say? Like, when I reviewed it, it was perfectly boring. Like, it's boring. Like, you felt like everything was just in balance. It was flat and boring, but you know that it's good as well. So it was strange. That's how I felt with the Studio 4s. Wow, so let me just... What was that? Mayor Audio, Sleevo. SL41 Pro. Maybe it's SL41 Pro, isn't it? Or Mark II. I'm not... No. 40, right? 40 Pro. It's not... I can't see it, dude. I don't know where... But maybe it's in Sleevo. I don't know. Let's see here if you have Sleevo. Let's see. Oh, this one here, SL41 Pro. Oh. So SL41 Pro. Has someone graphed it yet? No? No, I doubt it. Oh, there's a graph. So... Okay, so they changed the treble a little bit. I think I saw this post. Yeah, I think I saw this. It's not on anyone's radar. Yeah, I mean the Mark II is already good actually. Um, but yeah, looking at the graph here, this is probably the changes that it does with the tuning. Dude, I like them. Honestly, when I first heard the I felt like they're using good quality drivers. That's just my opinion about it. But I just had to remove the sleevo. So I replaced the sleevo with where did I put the sleevo now? Why is it gone? Oh man. It used to be here. Ah, did I forget to put that? Sleevo SL41. I think Mark II I did that. So it's honorable mentions now. Probably the next one's gonna I don't know, dude. This one is already very like there's a lot of good sets in this price range. Um yeah, the EPZ P50 was so surprising. Let me just listen to that again. I'm probably gonna get one. I'm honestly gonna get one. And maybe it's because of the open back. So I really like the way it presented everything. And I'm pretty sure it's because of the open back nature. Definitely it's the open back. It's so open sounding, dude. It's really nice. They are very open sounding, dude. That's so amazing. This open back design does really work. 30,000 yen though for the Pro. How much is it in dollars now? So, or what is their release? I don't know, like let me do the conversion here. So 190? Well, dude, that's nice. I mean, it could be cheaper though in USD, but probably around 200 for tariff in the US. But that sounds very competitive. Do I have the wait. Do I have the I think I have the sleeve, right? Yeah, SL41 Mark II. So it looks like let me remove that. It looks like yeah, it has the same graph, but probably just a little bit better treble extension for the Pro. It seems like I liked it. Yeah. Oh, I think you can't see me. All right, let me just there we go. Or no. All right, there am I? Yeah. But let me just go to toilet, guys. What ear tips do you use on the Studio 4s? Just the stock ones. Just the stock ear tips. Um, yeah, or you could use the Divinus Velvet too, but never really changed the ear tip on that. Um, but yeah, the pressure can be a little bit annoying, but you'll get used to it, or your ears they're going to get used to it. Your graph sniffing. Dude, like, do earphones still are they still on time with their releases? Because sometimes in earphones, um, they actually have a demo unit before release. That was really so when I was there, I was I always had to do like the first impressions because before release they would have the demo unit and I was ready to share to people like on Facebook groups. Can I ask about which better? I only have tried the pop, so it looks like pop is like a better all-rounder because it has some bass. Yeah, I know they're early, dude. They're early. Uh-huh. So, because it's Japanese, right? Like you can even like for example, it's the launch date. You can actually order and you get the product. If you want it delivered, you can get the product on a launch date. It's just so Japan. It's not about like it's not even about the store. It's just their culture, dude. Like they're always on time with everything. Yeah. So going back to Robbie, I think it's yeah. But why would you buy the land though? I mean, there are better picks around that price range. Like there's Kima. I'm not Kima. I mean, land is around. You can get the clean. There's clean. Can find clean. I feel like it's better than LAN. LAN is like $60. Yeah. Clean is like it's clean is for me it's much better with it just sounds much better in that price range. Yeah. Or Zenith, like if you trust KZ you can get the Zenith, or if you want to go further like in 61 to 120 if you're gonna spend that with the LAN. Because how much is LAN anyway? Like, I think it's like $60, right? LAN 2. 59, right? $59. So, yeah. It's just get the clean or... Just that's just me. I mean... I feel like they just have the same drivers because Moondrop like doing that. They like recycling drivers and putting stuff on a different shell. So yeah, I mean LAN 2 sounds okay. And for the price it's okay, but there are just IEMs that sound better that are cheaper. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the Studio Force does sound very referencey. They're warm. I mean, it's still not like really, really flat, but they're leaning into like the very, very little, like very warm tilt, you know? Because if it was a little bit of the other side, if it was like a brighter tilted, I probably won't enjoy music as much as I do now. because it's tilted to the warmer side. So that's why it's good for reference sound and also good for listening because you can listen longer. And you're right, they're still airy. And to prove a point, like you don't really need you don't need god damn it. You don't need elevated treble to be airy. They're open sounding. It's just because of like there's very less bass elevation, right? But you're going to be surprised why it has bass with this kind of shelf. It's actually because of this dip in here. So that dip in there removes some like sibilance as well, and this dip here also does. I know this is a crossover point in here too, but that dip in there also lifts the bass a little bit and vocals, and so and then this just treble in there. It's amazing. Quadio and Clean are so similar. Yeah. Clean is more value for money. Yes. And yes, especially for its price point. Because how much is Clean now? You can get it $40, right? $40, dude. Yes. Yes. Clean has the better value. It's hard to beat. You want to see reviews? 37 reviews, all like, but they can be a little bit okay. So LAN might be good for you if you're sensitive to treble. I mean, I'm not saying the Clean is like really treble forward, but what IMs, where are you coming from, by the way? Like, what are your IMs now? Because it's always relative to what you have, right? Because this, I'm just thinking that this a little bit of peak in here might be annoying, but still, like, it's not really a lot. Clean is definitely has better value. But again, it really depends on where you're coming from. If you're coming from, you might not even need an upgrade. So what do you have now? You might not need to just spend, everything can just be a side grade, and maybe it's better to save up and go to the next. So but I still think the Clean, like if you have the Clean, you're actually good until 120 to 250. Yeah, you don't need to spend much. Like if you have the Clean, you don't need to upgrade until like even until 251 to 499. True 2. I don't have the, have I graphed the True 2? No, I don't have the True 2, but it looks like they're just the same. Let's see, who do I use? Yeah, let's try Paul. True 2 is actually good already, and so that's why I understand why you're coming from LAN. Look at that. It's very, very similar. Yeah, you can try Clean because the Clean anyway has filters, right? They have no, not that one. That's too peaky. Yeah, I'm just worried that the True 2 is very smooth actually. True 2 is more balanced. I'm just worried that you might have, I'm just worried that you might be sensitive in this one here, because True 2 looks like it doesn't have a lot of past 10K. This one here does have does give the K-Fine Clean that cleanliness and, you know, that added energy. But the only way to know is to get the clean, and if you are sensitive to that treble, then avoid anything higher than the True 2 next time. That's just the only way to do it, man. It's really just about experimenting. But the safest way to do it is maybe clean, because if you like the clean, you are good until 250. You don't have to upgrade until the new tech comes. It's just that good. And it's also not as painful because from True 2 and then $41 for clean, right? Yeah, or Kima 2 as well. Yeah, or you can go safe. Like, I don't think you are going to have any problems with the Kima 2. But again, it's a little bit more expensive. It's a little more like you add more with the LAN. So it's like that. Kima 2 also. Let me just change the color in this. It's hard to see. So it's much more relaxed, more natural sounding, but more expensive than the LAN 2. What else do I have in that price range though? Like, yeah. Or you can go to Pure. But I don't know. Pure is too warm. Everyone's... Yeah, clean is really good. Dude, I look like a person with liver problems in this light. I'm too yellow. There we go. Look like a person with hepatitis. Alright, I think I'm also going to have... Yeah, exactly. So, that's true. Yep. That sensitive to upper treble. It's also about like getting used to it. The ears are really good at adapting. So if you're coming from the Studio 4s and if you listen to Studio 4s a lot, you are going to find treble peaks. And that's why my Studio 4 is my reference. I mean, you don't really have to buy like reference sounds because they're not really that fun. I still think that there are more fun sets, but just because I review a lot of IEMs, I need to have a baseline. And it's hard. Like say for example I listen to like the Air Pro 5 I just reviewed. Air 5 Pro, or not Air Pro 5, but Air... Do I have the Air 5? Okay, Air Pro plus 5, okay? Just imagine I listen to that. And so, of course, the ears get accustomed to it, right? And then suddenly I listen to, let's say, the 142. I probably won't think the 142 is bright because it's just lower in there. I probably think like, yeah, this is very good treble extent, very smooth. But I was already wrong because my ears are accustomed to the higher treble, and then it just, you know what I mean? And so when I review stuff, I try to make sure that the last earphone I listen to should be at least closer to neutral or the Studio 4s or earbuds. And I'm not too worried about that because I listen to earbuds anyway every night. The K64 that is fairly neutral. And so it's like my reset as well, but still. I found a great set other day. Astel and Kern plus Pathfinder. Really? Is that secondhand? Dude, like earphones stuff, like secondhand stuff, they're you get yeah, you get good deals in there. I know, dude. I know. Like the Pure was okay. I mean, there's really nothing wrong about the Pure other than it's just too warm. Um and hey, it's tuned by or I th- who was that? Who's that guy who helped tune the Pure? Forgot his name. From headphones, yeah. Um, headphones.com. But anyway, like he helped tune the Pure, and I think it's a music. I think is he a bassist? For music, it's like I understand where he's coming from. Like being a musician, like there's would really be no problem with that, but um, it's too warm. But with EQ though, just that one filter with EQ makes the Pure really good sounding. Ah, yeah, listener, sort of. How can I forget listener? Yeah. Um, with the EQ, just a little bit of just the tuck in the mid bass changes everything. Just changes everything. But stock, nah, it's yeah, just stock. It's just it's okay. It's listenable. Um, and dude, I'm excited because I think next week, oh, he does play guitars, yeah, and I wouldn't understand why he would tune the treble down, dude, because like you you don't need treble picks with guitar. It's not nice. Yeah, I know the lower mids and guitars too. You don't hear a lot of lower mids in the guitar, especially if you like finger play and I don't know. Could be the settings on his tones. I know it's dark, dude. I changed the hexa cable and I felt like it was actually better. I don't know. It could be placebo, but it's just it makes sense though. I don't know what kind of genre he plays, but if he does a lot of harmonics, that would make sense why he would like warmer sets because he doesn't need a lot of upper energy anyway and lower treble. Um yeah. Yeah, it's low res. It's partly because of the treble, actually. It's partly because of the treble. Yes, that is one. They are low res because they're cheap, right? But it's partly because of that combination of downward tilted plus this bass in here. Like that is just too much. So it's really tilted on the other side. The treble is smooth, but it's just this tilt in here just muddies up everything. Yeah. Which is easily fixable with EQ. If you just lower down that mid bass a little bit, then the treble goes up. But yeah. But hey, a lot of people seem to like it though. It's really inoffensive sound. But I felt the same way. It was not too open sounding. Like I like open sounding stuff. Like I'm a sucker for open sounding stuff. Like proportion and just, I'm a sucker for that. Like very good 3D spacing. Oh, didn't I sorry about that. I think I didn't show you. So with the Pure here, it's like, yeah, it's just very low in there, right? And I think it's even lower than the Kima too. Yeah, probably about the same level, but at least the Kima has, I don't know, some elevated upper mids in there to compensate, but its Kima 2 is just better overall. Oh, really? It's a giant mudslide. Yeah. I don't have the closer to HD600 than the Pure. I think I've heard the HD600, but I don't remember how it sounds. I know they are natural sounding, but I don't know right now, so I can't really say. Okay, so we just talked about it. I think the Kima, no, the clean with warm tonal balance, smooth vocals and sibilance, and no sibilance, clear and non-piercing treble, and have good technicalities. That is a little bit hard. It's hard to combine warm with good text, because text is always related to a little bit of elevation in the upper mids and treble. But you can go try, I hate to say this, but it's really about experimenting, because this hobby is very personal. We have different anatomy in our ears. And so I feel sorry for people who can't audition, but the only way to do it is to just really try out stuff. But I would suggest the clean. If you are looking for, yeah, it should be the clean. Okay, how about this one? I've heard a lot of things about the, what's that Tanch Gym? Was it the Bunny? Is it, or the 4U? Is it the 4U? I've never heard the 4U myself, but oh man, there are, okay, I thought there are under $50. Never mind. But yeah, oh, the 4U does, okay, it's like 55. The reason for that is I think the 4U, I've never heard it, okay? But I feel like, no, that's just wrong. Tanch. Who do I... Okay, let's try Paul. Or even Bunny, I don't know. Like the reason... Oh man, that's a big peak in there. Probably no. Dude, I should stop. Yeah, I can't recommend this. I can't recommend something I've never heard, but it seems like, yeah, the 4U is, I don't know. I just won't recommend something that I haven't heard. But for something that I have heard, yeah, I would... The clean, really. I can only think of the clean. If it's under $50, it's just the clean. And if you don't like the clean, then... So sorry. You can go to Duno Kima too, though. It's a little bit expensive, but you're gonna be... Yeah. But at first, like Lucky 22, where are you coming from? Like, what earphones do you have now? Hopefully you don't have like KZ piercing treble. Because it makes the difference, you know? And I'm saying this from experience. I was Yeah, yeah, I know. They say, yeah, I know. They say bunny is good, but I haven't tried it, so it's hard to. It's like their opinion against mine. I feel like it's just better to suggest things that I have heard rather than, I don't know. What do I, man, like how do I review the Air 5 Pro Plus? uh Monarch Mark 4, I have not tried the Monarch Mark 4. Have you tried the Monarch Mark 4? I lost interest in top of the line sets. Oh, Timmy has it. Oh, I did I tell you I'm getting not getting, but oh, okay. Looks like Horizon, no? Or does Timmy have Horizon? Oh no, he doesn't have Horizon. That's smooth. Doesn't have Horizon. Does it have 242? Nope. Very limited. No, they don't have it. Wow. I haven't tried, yeah. What about Mark IV? Tin Hi-Fi CO? I don't know what that CO means. I've never heard that. C1? C2? I don't know. Maybe you were trying to say C1. Could be C1 though. Yeah, it's like the Horizon and Odyssey 2. Oh, sorry. Oh. Sorry about that. Let me... Yeah, I was looking for like the Monarch Mark IV tuning. And I was wondering if... Oh, really? Tin Hi-Fi C0? Yeah, I think these are old, no? Has anyone graphed it? No, it's not really that old. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's try Ian Fan. Yeah. I think it's okay. It's pretty much... No, he does not have it. Let me try... Yeah, Tone Deaf Monk. Because I'm pretty sure he has the clean. Yeah, clean. Yeah, clean should be... Clean should be your upgrade. I'm not too worried about that treble, only because... You know, like, you're probably used to it. So it does have more balance. So I'm thinking that the C0 is like... It's like neutral bass. And so the clean... You're looking for warm, right? And so this elevation in the bass should be warm enough. I'm pretty sure it's warm enough. And some good technicalities. So clean, man. It's clean. And clean is like 40 bucks. So yeah. Really? It was too. That's what I thought because. Let me. Monarch. Monarch Mark 4. I think JT's has it though. I'm pretty sure, yeah, JT's has it. It's just the numbers are a little bit different, so it's hard to find. And I think it's like meta, and I feel like it's kind of like Horizon and even like 242-ish. Yeah, Horizon does have more of that treble. Even like the 142, probably. Yeah, look at that. 142, man. Ugh. Probably not the 242 though. 242 is tuned more neutral, but look at that, dude. So close to 142. And Horizon. I have not heard the Inawikan Dawn, but K-Fine Clean is up there for me. Like, you can't really go wrong with dynamic drivers, but I feel like it does sound like it was not supposed to be $40. Just that's hearing clean. It's like, no, this has to be like at least $100. And that's why I ranked it like S plus. It's almost perfect. The reason for that is it could use a little bit of refinement in the treble, but dude, like in that price range, it just there might be much better stuff, but yeah. So going back, Jatis is sending me his Mega 7. Yeah, Mega 7. So he bought it, and High Senior also offered me like a discount, but I'm not sure if I'm going to commit because of like, I don't know. Like, there was so much hype with the Mega 5 ESD, and when I heard it, I was a little bit, really? So, but they are very close looking. Like, look at that. I think the Monarch 2 sounds really a little, I don't know, like maybe kind of like in that same graph. Yeah. And I understand, like, the Monarchs would be really trebly. Because I even think that the 140 is already bright. If you don't change the ear tips and you don't change your source, this is going to be bright. And I also expect that the Mega 7 will also be bright. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Mega 7 is pretty much an Astral and Project Meta. This is interesting though. Do I like the brain dance? Yes. Now, which doesn't make sense. So I don't know if it's really something about okay, so let me just put 142 in here. Interesting observation. I feel like this is what I feel. If the peaks are in between 10 to 15k, it's pretty much it alters cymbal timbre. It really does. For me, it just sizzly. But however, the further the peak is, like 15k or closer to 20k, we don't hear those anymore. I feel like they don't really alter
the sound anymore. They just add that a little bit of just a little bit of that sizzle, but not as much as peaks between 10 and 15K. So the Brain Dance does have that peak in there, but it's not as, like even with the 242, I thought the 242 was also bright, and it has some elevation there. The BD though, it's, if that makes sense. So oh, that's interesting. Yeah, and I it's fine. I know it's fine because it's really just our ears interacting. Now, the interesting thing is, so we now know that ear tips changes the treble presentation, right? Like coffee ear tips or short profile ear tips decrease the treble here. Now, our ear canals have different opening, like the diameter of it is has different openings, it has different bends, and so people just hear things differently. It's just the way it is. um I under yeah, the brain dance still, I understand the brain dance still is actually very treble forward. um but maybe I'm looking at cymbal timbre. I know they're still forward though because they're very clean, or it could be the source. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna listen to it again. I don't want to assume stuff. So I have the brain dance here, okay? Um, and I even have the SNS ear tips in here, but let's see. Right, they are bright, yeah. Let me yeah, they are bright, they are forward, and um but it's just it's different. The way it interacts with my ears is a little bit different. Um because when I'm fine with bright sets, because what I look for is really just the if cymbals sound, I don't know, they don't sound like Splasher or something, but I'm glad you raised that though. I know a lot of people don't like the BD, and even Jay call it like brain damage, which was funny. And it also, and again, it also boils down to like what's your um not really stock, but like what earphones are you locked in? Because like for example, you're used to listening to like earphones with very low treble, and you switch the brain dance, dude. That I know it's gonna be very bright. EW300, yeah, I think I think it's still good, but I think the 280 is better. It's almost. Wait, is the EW300 the HBB stuff? It's the HBB stuff, right? Yeah. Yeah, it could be like if you want bass, the EW300 is good. Like if you want bass. If you want like good 3D spacing, I think the EG280, the one for gaming, is also good. Yeah, I'm curious about the Harrier too. Yeah, I'm getting one, but I haven't received any confirmation from Hi-Fi Go. If not, I'm probably gonna loan one from JTIS. But yeah. And you know what? Like okay, so the Harrier is actually very close to Studio Force. Look at this. Look at this, Ren. So I know so Mark didn't review this because it's just, but yeah, it's very close. It's just a warmer Studio Force if you look at that. Um so I don't know what you think of that. For me, it is like a warmer Studio Force just looking at graphs. Might be a better value because it's much cheaper. But I also want to know if I also want to know how that microplanar interacts with my ears, because the microplanars, they're a hit and miss for me. It's the what's that Moondrop stuff? Meteor. The Meteor for me is actually still one of the best implementation of microplanars out there. It's just so good. Like, look at that. Like, so good. Like, it was so smooth for me. Like the Meteor, it was so good. Just the bass was like, dude, they could have done better with the bass, but the treble on the Meteor is very good. Like, even on my rig, yeah, it's like even on my rig, like, whew, that's very natural in there. Are there any items that are much worth buying below the SimGot EW300? Depends on what you're looking for. Depends on what you're looking for. I mean, like, clean. But if you're already on the EW300, I don't think you need to buy stuff under than that. You know what I mean? Like, why would you? I mean, yeah, EW300, it's here. I recommend that it's here in my 61 to 120, so EW300 is there. Duno Kima 2 sits on top. Fission, I don't know. Pure is there. Defiant. Depends really on what you're looking for. And that's the thing about this hobby is it's like a personal journey. It's like RPG. Like, what do you want to do? Like, did you guys play Ragnarok? Like any RPG, you have to have like a job, right? Like assassin or knight or something. This is what this hobby is about. It's like there you have your own personal choice. Where do you want to go? Do you want like balance? Do you want to go treble or okay, what made me prefer the P50? It is the P50 sounds open. Maybe it's because of the open back design. But I'm really in two minds now of like getting the P50. Did you see that ear tip got stuck in my ears? And it was the freaking Divinus Velvet. The Divinus Velvet seals so well, and then that the stem from Divinus, it's so narrow. It was so hard to get. I was ready to call my wife and ask her to take it out. It was scary, dude. Why didn't that was so lousy? Why didn't they put some nozzle on that lip in there? It's crazy. So I prefer the P50 over the Daybreak because everything just sounds. Let me just listen to it again. Everything about the Daybreak is also based on memory, but just looking at the graphs. Okay. Looking at graphs. Now, any abrupt changes would have some. Okay. So Right. So the daybreak is too abrupt, right? It's like it has a peak at 3K and then boom goes down in there and then some treble energy. So this abrupt cut in here, a lot of people might find it too like nasal. They may sound nasal. It's not this case with the P50 because like I know there are like peaks and dips in there. It's this the daybreak's treble is probably much smoother overall, but this like abrupt cut in there, the P50 just sounds better. And it's also more open sounding. Yeah. It's very reference, man. And it's probably almost the same level as the Studio 4s at this point, which is crazy because it's almost half the price. It looks like that side to side, but on listening, it's the Studio 4s though are warmer. So when you I feel like the Studio 4 is warmer and the P50 is like a tad brighter. Yeah. It's dude, this is very open sounding really. Or maybe it's just me, I don't know. The vocal spacing is so good. It's I don't know. Daybreak was too safe. Yeah, kind of like too safe as well. It needed some energy. Because it doesn't really have Daybreak is also more closed in. Yeah, so P50 for me though. It's still really for the price, it's so full in this price range already. But don't get me wrong, the Daybreak still actually is good, but I just feel like and maybe it also has still the value because it's much cheaper, but I would probably rather pay a little bit for the Daybreak. I mean, for the P50. Did I write the P50 here? Not yet. Oh man, why didn't I write the P50? Yeah. Maybe I can do this. Just because they're very similar, but the P50 just sounds more open and yeah, they just sound more open. I feel like. Oh, so Tony, sorry about that. I prefer a soft vocal, sufficient bass, and clear treble with good technicalities. Yeah, people like to have soft vocal though. Like, do you have the EW300 right now, Tony? Because if you have the EW300 right now, you might actually not need to upgrade. Or, like, what are your IMs now? You know, like... And let's start from there. What is your current IM, and let's start from there. Because if you have the EW300, then maybe you don't need to upgrade. Maybe you just need to save. Um, yeah. Yeah, exactly. You might actually prefer the the treble on the daybreak. The daybreak's still good. Like I'm not putting it down. Like it's still one of the very very boring reference if that makes sense. Um the reason why I like the P50, it's just it has that character to it that like I'm looking for a character. Like when you hear it, it's like, oh yeah, yeah, I know that sounds good. So other than that, they're pretty much comparable, I guess. Yeah. Studio 2 though, what have they done with Studio 2? Studio 2 was so dark. Um so yeah, Tony, if you're still there. Do you know Tony, like the LC signs? Is that you? I miss that guy. All right, so takeaway now. So hopefully next week. Oh, okay. I'm using Wyvern. Okay. So Wyvern. Wyvern is good. I've never heard it, but people say Wyvern is good. There's a lot of things going on about like there's King, Abyss, I don't know what you have, but yeah. Yeah, I mean K-Fine might actually be okay. The clean, look at that. It's I don't know if this is the Abyss, if you have the Wyvern Abyss or but the clean is it doesn't have the EW300. Because just personally, if you ask me, there's much better value with the clean. The reason why I keep suggesting the clean is you don't have to spend twice as much money. If you have the clean and if you happen to like the clean, you don't need to upgrade until $250. Wyvern Pro. Okay, Wyvern Pro. But again, don't take my word. Okay, Wyvern Pro. Yeah, I mean, it's oh, okay. So the one all right. Yeah, it looks like the Wyvern Pro has tighter. So the clean will come out more balanced sounding than the Wyvern Pro. It just has that. It's good in vocals. It's everything that you mentioned, right? Um, Sufficient bass though. I feel like the clean. It's. What do you think about the bass on the Wyvern Pro? Do you think it's already bassy for you? Because the Caffeine Clean just has that all balance. $20, yeah. Dude, it's an upgrade. I know, I think I've heard the Wyvern or Pro, I just don't remember when, but I've heard this. They were good sounding, but the clean just takes it to the next level, dude. Yeah, I think I've heard this. I think I've auditioned the Wyvern Pro. They were not bad, but the clean takes it to the next level. And I don't think the clean would sound too bright for you because it has bass. and you're accustomed to this lower bass anyway, so I think that should be fine. Yeah. And you don't really need to, and you're not too worried about like spending much. Like what if you don't like the EW300? It's like, how much is that? Like 3 times the price of the Wyvern Pro, right? And you can get a better sound with the clean for 40 bucks. Dude, this is 40 bucks. So you're saving yourself, like, how much is the EW300 now? I mean, the EW300 is good, like 77 bucks, like almost twice the price. The EW300 is good, but there's there's just better value with the clean. You can also go safer too. Like, I mean, you can go to, I think ATEC has EW300. Yeah. Yeah. EW300 is also nice. Actually, it's also very good, but you know. So yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with the EW300 because it's just that you have to try the clean first. And if you like the clean, if you happen to like the clean, you're good to go. Like, you don't have to upgrade until 250, until 499. That's the way I feel about the clean. That's how good sounding it is for me. And you know what? I'm gonna try the clean now. I still have it. And let's see if it will prevent me from buying the I have the clean here. If it will prevent me from buying the P50, you know, sometimes listening to your IMs again reminds you that, hey, I don't really have to spend a lot. This still sounds good, you know? So yeah. Yeah, the clean is still actually good. But then if you prefer bass, okay, if you prefer like a warmer tone, you can go to the EW300. I don't think that's a problem as well. There's I just recommended the clean because you don't have to spend much going to the EW300, but I'm not saying the EW300 is bad. It's just that there's much cheaper that they're also good sounding. But yeah. So I guess that is it, guys. How long have I been streaming? An hour now? Really? 2 hours? Dude. Wow, only for one project. Dude, I'm not even talking about the Air5 Pro Plus in here. It's definitely a plus in the treble. It definitely is a plus in the treble. Yeah. So interesting. The xMEMS, they are interesting. And I think binary audio, they're going to release the first ever MEMS driver without, like, I don't know, amplifier or something. So I'm stoked to you know, with that release, it's exciting, you know. Um, yeah, that's interesting. And Binary Audio, like I know something about Binary Audio. They are a sub brand actually of a bigger company. You may have known it, but I don't know if you know, but they are a sub brand. Um, I like the way they tune Binary. I like the way they tune because I can't say. It's not a sub brand. It's the same people actually. It's the same people that tunes. Yeah. That is true, dude. I know. Yeah. Um, I should actually do that. My wife has smaller ears. That is a very valid point. Yeah. And I'm actually planning on, it's not really about like fit per se. It's more of like how do IEMs react to me playing drums, because again, when I play drums, you move your head a lot, and them being IEMs, seal is very important. So like for example, the Tangem stuff, like they sound good, but dude, they do not fit well in my ears at all. And sometimes with the cable, there's too much what's this, like there's too much curve going on with, there's too much, like the hook is too, what, they just don't fit at all. So that is very valid. That is very valid. um yeah. And I yeah, I can actually do that too. It's just that I don't know if my wife would participate with fit. um that is true. It's the same thing with my wife. So everything, so my wife, so when I let my wife, like even with these stuff in here, like she tried different earbuds, it just, she has small ears. Exactly, she has small ears. Um and it's true. It just goes out. So um I just don't know how I would do that though. Like, because with fit during my review, I just say, yeah, they fit fine for me. I'm not actually thinking of other people as well, because I know there are people who have smaller ears and they're just gonna stick out. And that is pretty valid. I totally understand that. Um, but yeah, I'll think of that. I know, yeah. Definitely. I'm also like doing the drumming stuff recently because it makes sense for me. Um and I'm encouraging other people, like, do you know maybe you don't know, but there's a reviewer friend, he's also an active musician, and I told him like, "Hey, include in your reviews like when you play music." Cuz yeah, because I also want to know. So in my case, I'm planning on, with the fit thing and comfort, I want to know how the IM would work when I play drums, like if they fall or do they stay in place. And this is me telling people who are musicians that, hey, this is actually good for, playing on stage. But for now, IMs that are good at playing, I mean, like IMs that are better in terms of fit on stage are all BAs, because they don't have venting, and bean shaped IMs. Bean shape meaning Sennheiser stuff, like the IE, Sennheiser, and Chew, like the Chew, because they really fit really deep and they don't have any contour, so they fit really deep. No problems with whatsoever. So bean shaped and anything without vent. Although the vent can be without a vent, the pressure buildup can be really annoying, but they also help secure the IMs in place. So I could probably include that in my review. But yeah. Alright guys, wow, it's been a long review. It's longer than yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I had like 3 IMs to try out, and today it was just this one here. I really thank you guys for staying, wasting your time with me. I hope I was of any help with those people who asked. Yeah, so my main, like, my view. Yeah, no, yep, thanks. Again, my view on this channel and my recommendation is all about value, because I know how it feels like to spend, and so I always look at value, really. Like, that's why I divide stuff into like different price category, because I always look at value. And in Japanese they call it kospa, you know, cost performance. And I incline to that kind of spending. Is their cost performance to different IMs, and I acknowledge that some IMs are good, but they just don't have that COSPA. They don't have that cost performance. So all of these here that are in my recommendation list, they are probably have good cost performance. Some are in the honorable mentions because like the Soft Ears RSV, they sound good, but I don't suggest buying them just because of like they're 699 bucks, dude. Like, anyhow, guys, really thank you for the time spending, and yeah, have a great day. See you next week. I'm probably gonna have the Mega 7 next week. Bye, guys, and enjoy your day.